back to the Jurassic Thoughts podcast. Your Toronto Raptors have won 6 in a row, 10 of their last 11, jumped up to the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Feeling pretty good these days. Dan, how's it going, brother?
Personally, I've had a tough week, but Raptors have definitely cheered me up, made it easier for me to get through it. So,
Do you wanna delve into why that is?
still haven't confirmed waiting on the MRI, but it appears that my ACL is torn as well as
Oof.
possible MCL sprain, maybe meniscus injury. So, unfortunate, but hey, life happened. It's all gravy in the end, and I can just focus more on watching the Raptors now. Contribute to this podcast.
Do you want to give like a quick synopsis of how the injury happened? Like a very like quick version of it, or
Uh, about a month ago, I was playing some soccer,
some
men's
soccer,
league,
eh?
and
Yeah.
I think I tore a ligament back then. Didn't really take it seriously. Knee was pretty tender for the next 3 weeks, and then was at a work party, yada yada, misstep and fell down the stairs,
Mm,
kinda, and yeah, that's all she wrote. So
brutal, dude.
yeah,
Brutal. Um, yeah, I know doctors have told you that they're pretty certain, but still hoping that the MRI shows a bit better news.
hmm
Um, yeah, dude. Like you said, at least the Raps are playing better. So if you are laid up for a while, you should have a decent team to watch from here on out, which is good. Um, I know you know, but I'm back in Canada right now. It's reading week in the States, with American Thanksgiving coming up next weekend. So I am currently up north, but I'm coming back to the city today. And I'm sure I'll see you in person
on
definitely
those.
this week before I go. But
Yep,
yeah, so let's start. Let's dive into this team,
let's get
man.
right
The
in.
Toronto Raptors are on fire right now. Yeah, they've had, you play the team in front of you. Like we've had solid wins. We're 2-0 against Atlanta. We're 2-0 against Cleveland, albeit the one game they rest most of their guys were out. Obviously the Philly game this week, Joel and Paul George were out. Even that was still a grindy win, but I mean, you gotta beat the bad teams, man. The last couple of years, we definitely would not have gone 6 in a row or 10 of 11. Like we haven't gone 10 of 11 since 1920, the year we were defending our chip.
The
I'm pretty
Huskies.
sure it was, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in the bubble too. I think Lewinberg said that. And this dude, the starting lineup, I know the last time we went to 10 of 11, I'm very confident that Matt Thomas and Rondé Hollis Jefferson were in our starting five.
Oh, Rondé. That's a name I haven't
Rondé,
heard in a while.
honestly, dude,
We
yeah.
swapped the old three name row for another one, and he's doing much better than Rondé.
All right, so let's jump in. So, first game of the week was last Monday against the Hornets. Um, got the job done, 110 to 108. It was a great game,
Yeah,
honestly. It was back and forth.
yeah.
The first thing that jumped out of me, just an elite jersey matchup with
I
the
was gonna
court
say,
too.
dude,
So
our
Charlotte,
jerseys.
Charlotte's wearing their teal, and we have it's the debut of our new jerseys with
Yeah,
the wrap, um, with the ball and stuff, and the court, the awesome court, and just as such a visually appealing matchup. That game, it was awesome.
I might have to go get myself a Jameson Battle
Oh,
debut jersey. I don't
Jimmy
know.
Battle.
JMO.
So yeah, so game came down right to the wire. BI led the way with
Yeah,
27-6-3 with 5 stocks, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. He was awesome this game. Scotty 16 6 and 6 on 8 of 16, including the game saving block on Colin Sexton with like zero point 0.5 seconds to go. IQ had 15 and 10. He was 6 of 11, so another solid game from him. We shot 50% from the field. Charlotte shot 42. We were 40% from three. Charlotte was 25%, but we still had the same amount of makes because Charlotte took 15 more
yeah.
threes than we did. So that's sort of where the final score is what it is because just their 3-point volume. 30 free throws for Charlotte, only 16 for us. I know Darko commented after the game, like Scotty was pissed. The officiating was pretty pathetic that game. Um, I have some other notes about the game, but what were your first sort of takeaways from the Charlotte game on Monday?
Dude, Bi came out hungry. Like first play of the game, punch jam, boom, right in your face. Like didn't even give him a chance to breathe. He was attacking. Like he was normally, of course, he's so silky with his J, but like going to the
Yep.
rim this game, he was taking bodies, bro. He caught another
Mm-hmm.
body on Kalkbrenner. So
Kalkbrenner
nasty.
and that was in the fourth, dude. That was like clutch time.
Yeah, that was I think less than 5 minutes left. That was so
Yeah,
dirty.
it was awesome.
Dude, did you see Jameson Battle's reaction? Like he was like,
I was gonna bring that
it's
up.
like he
It
just
was
got offered a
so
max
good.
contract. Like,
Jameson Battle's reaction was awesome
oh,
to
it's
for
so
that jam.
golden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I one of Bi's best games, if not his best.
I think it might have been 9 for 21 from the field, so like okay, not terrible. But dude, just as he is giving a shit on defense, and it's really good to see. Like obviously he had the offensive numbers, but the 5 stocks, he had a huge block late in the game
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Well, just before
Um,
Scotty's, that was
it
game
was just
saving.
before Scotty, yeah. It
Yeah.
was the same final possession and
I
just
think it was.
awesome.
I think it was on Bridge. I want to say.
Mm.
I don't remember.
No, I think it was Kalkbrenner. Was it not? I thought it was
Oh,
a
it was
big.
Kalkbrenner. It was.
Was it
Yeah.
Kalkbrenner? Yeah.
Man, he
So
hit
he
it to
got
him on
up,
both
man.
ends, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And dude, just like loose ball, he dove on the floor, like just like awesome stuff, man. Like
Yeah.
awesome BI
Yeah.
stuff. Um, again, like I don't think he'll ever be known as you know, an above average defender, but if he's giving a shit and using his length, like he has the tools to be a good defender, man. Like
Hmm.
his wingspan, his length is awesome on that end. It's just more so the effort in recent years, but this year I can't question his effort on the defensive end at all.
No, no. Stepping up in big moments. No doubt
Awesome,
about
man.
it.
Yeah.
Couple things I wanted to look at too. Quick 10 boards. Led the
Yep.
team.
Yeah, I guess I
Very
should have
active.
clarified his 15 and 10 was not his typical
Assists.
assist double double, but
Yeah.
yeah, awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
incredible. And then I don't know if you saw this in the last 5 minutes. I think it was like about 4:20 left. Mamu had this dime to Scotty in the paint, and it was like
Mamu,
almost like
dude.
Jokic-esque. Like wrapped it around. There was two defenders just blew right by him. Scotty 2-hand jam, easy clutch crunch time moment. And then so when Bridge hit that three to go up two with the last 2 minutes, I thought, fuck, this one might get away from us.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scotty comes back and like just knew what he had to do. Back down Bridges, and Bridges is not a small man by any means.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
dude, backed him down 2-hand jam. Bridge didn't had no business being in the paint with Scotty there. Like you can tell he's Scotty, and like obviously came in the league as a young boy, not a young boy, but like a maturing adult, and now he's a man. Like that was
Yeah.
a man's play right there.
Oh, Scotty's strong as fuck, man. Like in transition when he's forceful to the rim, sometimes he isn't, which is, when we get like, what the fuck, dude, you are so strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is in terms of strength on our team, like Jakob 1, and then like Scotty and CMB I think are like 2 and 2B, and obviously CMB's a rookie, so like with
He's not
Scotty
quite there,
he'll
yeah.
get even exactly like his
Yeah.
physical peak isn't here yet, but yeah, just awesome stuff.
Amazing.
Couple other things I have from the game, just like has a player looked more washed than Pat Connaughton and Charlotte Teal? Like, dude, when he came into the game, I'm like, what? Like, you're here now?
Yeah, I think the
Oh
Bucks.
my
I think the
God.
Bucks gave him that contract, anticipating he's going to be like a Nick Collison, like a lifer for them, because he was there for the
God.
beginning of their success. He was pretty much there for the whole Giannis tenure. He was serviceable for some years of that.
Oh,
of that
the
tenure.
year they won the chip, he was good
He
off
was
the
actually
bench.
a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was fine
And
off the
now,
bench.
now he's just riding that whatever it was, a
Oh,
3-year,
God,
like
man.
what's it, like a 3-year,
I don't
35,
know.
40. I don't
It's
know.
something
but-
about the Charlotte Teal that's just like, oh, okay, you're getting to the end of your rope as a vet.
It happens to
like
him,
if
like
you're a
Kemba.
vet in Charlotte, yeah, it's almost time to hang it up, I think.
Yeah.
It's like when Tony Parker went there for like his last year or
Ah,
two. I was
Tony.
like, what's going on, man?
Surprised CP hasn't made a stop there yet.
Well, yeah, congrats to
It's
CP
on the way.
last year.
Yeah.
Last sort of official note I have, Con Kneppel, gonna be
Dirty.
a really good NBA player. Led Charlotte with 24. Just such a smooth release, dude. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, like maybe just because Clay's been in the news because we're recording this after him and Jaw got into it last night, but like the form looks so perfect from three, dude. his open looks he was nailing. He shot. I think he was like 9 of 16 or something from the field.
Yeah, it was.
He is gonna. That's a great pick for Charlotte. Um, and honestly, Charlotte as a whole, like we'll touch on the LaMelo thing that also broke this week, but with Charles Lee the coach and Knipple and even like Cockbrenner, that's like
He
he
looks
looked
okay.
like a serviceable
Yeah.
center, right? Just like a fine center. If Brandon Miller can ever get healthy, if I'm a Hornet fan, like I'd love to see what this team can do a bit. Like I don't think Miles Bridges is a long term thing. LaMelo we'll touch on, but like a Miller Knipple with this Charles Lee as the coach, if I'm a Hornets fan, like, is there a year where I should be more excited than this sort of core coming up? Because I
I
don't
was
think so,
gonna
man.
say. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's a
they
solid
got young
core. And
talent.
they
Yeah,
do. I mean, Bino struggles to stay
he's
on the
got to play
court.
healthy. He's got
Yeah.
to stay healthy. Yeah,
So I mean, it's not his fault, but it's just unfortunate when you can't have all your guys healthy, especially with a young core. You need to develop that chemistry early on.
yeah, yeah.
There's one other thing I wanted to mention. So the game-winning dunk from RJ. I don't know if you saw this play. Bi was kind of posting up into a fade, gets
Yep.
doubled.
We should
I
have
don't know.
touched on that. Good point,
Yeah,
dude. We
I
should
don't
have
know
touched
how
on
he
that.
made this pass, but like two hand and then a cutting
Yep.
RJ. I don't see us like, well, of course not in the past 2 years, but like I don't see Ingram making that pass in New Orleans. I feel like that's a forced shot. It's gonna hit like front rim and then just like that's the game right there. But like great instincts to wait
Yeah,
for a cutter. You can tell the chemistry's building because
and great
that
cut
was
by
a broken
RJ too.
play. Yeah, great cut, exactly. Yeah, man.
Um, yeah, Bi's passing to me is always a little underrated because he averaged like 5 in with the Pels. Like it's not nothing. But it's funny, like they interviewed him after, obviously, and he was like, "Yeah, I still almost shot it, like with the two guys in his
Yeah,
face, but then
yeah,
he saw like RJ like wide open."
yeah.
And RJ said like he was waiting for the double team to like cut and
Hmm.
great cut and like game winner, dude. Like that was
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Um, do you want to touch on just because we've touched on Jaw and AD when there's been trade stuff? Do you want to have a quick LaMelo discussion since we're on Charlotte?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So Kelly Aiko, I think from Yahoo, reported that LaMelo's pissed and is open for a trade. LaMelo, to his credit, like called him a clown. So
I saw that. I don't know how
maybe
much I
this isn't
believe though.
true. Yeah, it's like I don't know, like we can touch on the Raptors fit. If I am LaMelo, like I get the team has never been good when you're there. Coincidentally, you're never healthy and you're supposed to be their best max player. Um, so if I'm Charlotte, I'm a little like, really, really, dude. Like we finally have, a good coach. We have Con Canepo, who looks like a great pick, and you're now frustrated when you haven't played, like you've not shot well this year. So I can see both sides of being like frustrated and stuff, but what do you think? It's like wrapped through a Raptors lens. What would you think of a Lamelo acquisition?
Absolutely not. Like if we're talking about adding a non-winning player who loves to stat pad and is gonna damage culture, that's Lamelo to me. Like you and I know from our off-air calls that I hate Lamelo. I just think he's like the worst thing for a team. And like, yeah, he's whining about not winning, but brother, you're the best player. They've already invested you.
Exactly.
You're on a max
Yeah.
contract. You like it starts from the top and then goes down. You got to set that tone. You got to motivate your guys. That's why I thought Khan coming in and how good he's been. He's a culture builder. So if it comes down to trading Lamelo to fit pieces around Khan, I'm not
Well,
opposed to that.
this is the funny thing with the clusterfuck that's like him, AD, Jaw, and Trey Young. If Trey comes back for the Hawks and they've been playing well, but then they start to sputter again with him back, there's gonna be some bullshit Russell Westbrook for John Wall, I think,
Yeah,
type trade with some of these guys when they're just like, let's just make a change to make a change and
yeah,
just like swap all these guys around. But funny enough, with the guys we've talked about with Jaw and AD, I think Lamelo. I don't want him. I'm totally with you. He's never won. He's always hurt. I don't want him. So preface. Um, but in terms of those three guys, I'd actually want Lamelo the most
I think he's the
over
most
Jaw and
talented.
AD.
I think he's the most talented.
Okay, so AD's obviously one, but for that conversation is the money and where he's at in
Well,
his
his
career.
age. Yeah, he's not
Exactly.
the same player that he
Um,
was.
exactly. For Lamelo and Jaw, like with Jaw, basing his game on just his athleticism and not being able to shoot the three well, and he's smaller. Like they both can't stay healthy. They both have off the court bullshit. But at least I can be like LaMelo's game. I would project to trans to like 5 years down the line to for it to transfer better than Jaws. I don't want any of these three guys. Obviously we're cooking right now, so like talking trades is a little silly when we've been so good, but we like doing it. And when superstars, like, there is some trade talks, we like to just like imagine the fit. I think out of those three, LaMelo is who I'd want, by also saying I don't want any of those three guys because they all have like their issues right now.
Yeah. If you put a gun to my head and said choose one, yeah, probably LaMelo at this point in time. But again, I really am not a fan of his personality.
Like, I get their
the locker room.
whatever they are, like they're 5-11, 4-11, 5-12, whatever. But like, if you're him, like, do you not look at the roster and be like, honestly, to like project in the next 2-3 years, this is like the best team I've been on since I've come to the league, Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just really high on Kneppel because we listen to Bill Sim, and Bill Sim has like a crush on Con Kneppel, but he looked impressive, man. Like, he looked really good.
Pod.
Yeah.
No, I agree. To be fair, the Hornets haven't exactly made winning moves around LaMelo since he's gotten there.
Well, I mean,
I think
the Terry
like,
Rozier thing, that's
yeah,
tough.
that set him back a little bit for sure. But like, okay, you had three centers to start between Williams, Richards, and Diabate. Two of them, the two better ones, are now off the roster. You got pretty much nothing.
None of the, like, Mark Will was good, but he couldn't stay healthy. None of those guys are like franchise building blocks.
I'm not saying they are, but I'm just
centers.
saying like they had some pieces. Like at the time, Nick and Mark were kind of like interesting prospects. So like I just don't think that they have done much to encourage winning on the team.
Yeah,
so I don't like but at the same time, yeah, like if LaMelo was more engaged and like when Cade got to Detroit and what did they start, like 2-30? What was remember that interview?
Well, they lost like 26 in a row or whatever, and then they beat us to end it.
He's like, I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, we fucking suck. Like, that's what you want from your best guy, man. Like, LaMelo's like, fucking, what's he doing in interviews? Like, he's like looking at his tattoos.
Who knows?
Counting how many tattoos. Like, it's just, he's a joke, bro.
Crazy.
He's a joker.
Yeah.
So.
Talented, but, I mean, that's the story with some of these guys is like, you have all the talent in the world. What Clay was saying about Ja last night, but it's just like, you don't have the right headspace.
Yeah. And
anyway,
out of curiosity, what would a LaMelo package look like from us?
I mean, contract wise, I think he's like 40s, so actually, it could probably be Quick and
Grady,
Ochai, and maybe like something else to get the money. But honestly, dude, like Quick has been fucking awesome now for like 3 weeks, and we've been winning.
Yeah,
I don't want to like touch it.
I just want to insert here, I will issue my Emmanuel Quickly apology.
Yeah, so
Emmanuel?
As soon as we stopped, wait, before you go, as soon as we stopped recording last week, I was like, fuck, I didn't make you do it. I said it earlier, but then we kind of stopped.
I needed a little bit more of a sample size, but now I'm feeling pretty good about it. Emmanuel, I was hard on you to start the year. I'll be honest, I didn't have much faith, but you've proved me wrong. And it looks like you're sticking around, and you're a main contributor. So thank you for your service, and I look forward to watching you play for the rest of the year.
And that's a great segue. Do you have anything else on Charlotte, or do you guys go?
I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, so that's a great segue to the Philly game. So Wednesday in Philly again, 121-112 win. No Joel, PG, or Kelly Oubre for Philly. This is the first CMB injury where it popped up that he has an MCL sprain in his knee, so that's not great. But he's questionable for today, so maybe it's like a short thing. For the IQ transition, huge IQ threes late. Like the first half, him and RJ couldn't hit anything. I think combined they were like 3 of 14 in the first half, and it was really bad. RJ especially, I know I tweeted from the account like he's got to be better. That half was terrible, but he turned it on heavy in the second half, and IQ had huge shots down the stretch. Just beautiful possessions in the third quarter, dude. I think we've dropped 44 on them. Yak and Scotty just have developed such good chemistry in the last couple of years. Like when Scotty's leading the break and he has Yaka behind the defense, Scotty's gonna draw like the eyeballs and maybe the extra defender on the run, and he just no look to Yaka, and it's right there. It's been there all season so far. maybe now with a bigger sample size, it'll teams will be more keen on it. But Scotty's like locked in on Pirtle, and Pirtle had a great game.
Hmm.
Stat wise, yeah, 19, 8 and 4, and he was 8 of 10 from the field. No Joel, so that's probably a good reason why. Scotty 16, 9 and 5, 8 of 17, so like a typical Scotty game. BI at 22 and 5, he was 7 to 10. IQ at 18, 5 and 6, 7 to 15. RJ 22, 3 and 4, 6 to 12 from the field, and I think he started like 1 of 8 or something.
Hmm.
So, well, that's actually impossible. But like it was like 1 and 6, 1 and 7, like whatever. He had a terrible first half. Um, Overall, we shot 54% from the field. Philly was 47, 38% from three for us. Philly was 40%. A big storyline was Philly's turnovers. We were 31 to 18 with points off turnovers, so we really capitalized there. And like I said, we dropped 44 points in the third. Um, I have a note here. Just I think in like long term when Philly's healthy, I do think their size is like even the game on Wednesday. Obviously, the first game we played them, their size killed us and we lost. And that's our loss in our last 11 games is that Philly one. I still think it gave us some issues. Like Philly's bench, dude, is full. Like Trenton Wofford came off the bench. Um, they just have big bodies who are
Hmm.
like play bully ball off the bench, and with our bench, it's smaller guys. You have Shed, Grady Dick, Jacoby, Mamu's a small center, like a not like a rim protector, right? So I still think if we were to match up with Philly in the playoffs, that'd be a huge concern for me. I don't like that matchup, especially with Joel.
If everyone's healthy.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, for exactly. So that's something we can look at the deadline. And my last little thing is I think Jacoby, that might have been his strongest game of the
Yeah.
year. He
Yeah.
had some big threes in key spots. And just Tyrese Maxey, man. What a fucking monster. In Orlando, after this game he dropped like 56, I want to say. Every time he had the ball and shot it, I just thought it was going in. Like
Hmm.
he's insane, dude. But yeah, any other things Philly wise that caught your attention?
You touched upon most of them. Yeah, Jacoby, he was hot in the first half, and he looked like confident. Like he looked
Yeah,
like he
he
was
did.
stepping into his shots. He took one that was like maybe a foot or two behind the 3 point line, and I was like, whoa. Like normally he's getting a little scared. It'll pump fake and then
Yeah.
just pass it off. But yeah, shooting the ball with confidence. He looks good. Quentin Grimes fucking lit us up
Yep.
somehow, some way. Like this.
Late. So we built our big lead in the third, and then Grimes got hot in the fourth to make it a close game again.
Yeah, yeah. Also, can
Yeah.
I just say like, and I think he's a very talented player, and he's gonna be a great player for a long time in the league. I just don't like Edgecombe. I
I,
just don't.
well,
I just don't like
but
him.
we know why. You can lie and say it's not why, but we know
No,
why
but
you don't
that's
like him.
not. That probably plays a role. I'll
Okay,
be
so
honest, in my
for
subconscious,
who
but I just
we've
don't like him.
we've alluded to this, but Dan in our fantasy league traded Edgecombe before the season for Ace Bailey, and so
And a,
far
and a
that's looking
pick.
and yeah, so far that's not looking great. So Dan can lie and say there's like this other reason why he doesn't like VJ. That's the reason why he doesn't like him
No, I
because
just
he
don't like.
misses him
I
on
just
his
don't
team.
like. I don't like his play. Like I know he's good. I know he's a very talented guy. Don't get me wrong. I just
So
don't
what
like it.
about his play? Do you not like how explosive he is? How good he looks as a rookie? Like what's pissing you off?
I don't like how humble he is. Like he
Oh
doesn't.
my
I don't know.
God.
It's just like, it's stupid. I acknowledge that it's like an unwarranted dislike for him, and I just don't like him. I just don't. It's
Oh
probably about the fantasy
man.
trade. I don't know, but
Yeah. So yeah, I
anyways.
like and Paul George, he has come back for them and I think he's been okay. I think I saw like a couple 20-point games. He's being like a low usage shooter, which I think he just has to be like with Maxi and especially when Joel's back, like those two guys are going to have the ball the whole time. So like if he can, I mean, we're not a Phillies thing, but like I'd imagine just play like exert your most energy on the defensive end. Um, and then
Just get open
yeah,
and
and
shoot.
then just like shoot open threes. Also, Aaron Gordon out 4 to 6 weeks. That just dropped from Sham, so that
More good
sucks for
news for my
Denver.
fantasy team. Thank you. Amazing.
Yeah, live news here, but yeah. So Philly, I matchup wise, I don't like it all. Like playoff, but that's so far away. And if Joel even gets there, that'd be a surprise. But um, gritty win. like when you go into the game with Joel, Paul George, and Oubre out, it kind of becomes. I know it's in Philly and Maxi's still playing and he can steal a game, but like the talent disparity is huge there. It doesn't become a must win, but it's like this would be a pretty bad fucking loss if we lost to that Philly team with
Yeah.
all those injuries.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I'll say, like, it seemed like the whole game we were just getting better looks. Like, of course, Maxi had his, what was it? What did you say again? Like 21 or no,
Yeah,
24.
yeah, like I know his final line doesn't like the first game when they beat us
Yeah,
was better, but it's just the confidence that guy plays with, man.
yeah.
Like I,
But
I just think it's going in all the time.
he's making tough shots, dude. He's only six
Oh yeah,
one, and he's like kind of turning to really tight corners. He's pulling like long threes that virtually no one in the league is gonna contest.
yep.
So like those shots, only he and like a small other handful of guys in the league can hit. So you just gotta live and die by that. Yeah, no, we got better looks. We got better looks. Jared McCain also showed out first points of the season. I don't know if you saw him. Like
I saw
do
that.
like
He had like a jumper and he was like all happy and
yeah,
probably
because
was
he
gonna
started
make
I
a
think like
TikTok.
0 for like 10 or 0 for 11,
Yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah.
So
Yeah, man. Like
yeah,
if he actually finds sort of his rookie spark where he was looking really impressive, like those three guards are that like Philly's such a weird team, man, because they have those three young guards that have all shown ton of promise, and then they have old ass PG and broken Joel. So
yeah,
it's just a very strange team. It's very interesting, man. They're a very interesting team
yeah,
to watch the next couple years. But
yeah. I also want to
um,
quickly
yeah,
touch upon. So Shed led the bench minutes with 20. Didn't score any points, but I still think the impact he made defensively, and then he also dropped 6 times. So
dude,
still finding a way to
I
impact the
can't
game.
love Jamal Shed more than I do. I just fucking
You
love
mean
him.
Sheed, according to Sam
Yes,
Mitch.
Sam Mitchell. And there's Jamal Sheed making a play. It's like, okay, buddy. Okay. But yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
no.
we're gonna touch on him more in a sec because his Wizards line was like awesome.
Hmm.
But yeah, dude, he is just the prototypical backup point guard for me. Um, and it's like second round pick and just awesome. He's been
Hmm.
so good, dude.
He has hints of DeLon from the bench mob back in 2019.
Really?
I think
I
so.
think more. I think more like Fred because they're smaller. They're sort of
Okay,
stockier. They get into you on the defensive end. Fred was obviously undrafted. Shed is like a 45th overall pick, so
something like that.
not much
Yeah,
draft equity with those guys, but just work their ass off and have really like like has solidified his role as like
yeah,
a great spark plug off the bench.
yeah. You're right. Because DeLon honestly was a bit of a fuck on D. Like he used to just like, like he used to just like beef guys. I remember. And
Uh,
Fred is a little bit more of yeah, a little more respectable. Like obviously he's diving for the 50-50
yeah,
balls and he's getting in there. But yeah, you're right. A little bit more
yeah.
like Fred.
Anything else Philly wise, or you want to go
I'm
to
just
Bosch?
curious. I'm just curious to get your take on this. Like with the PG contract, I believe it was 3 years. They're obviously in the second year
I
of
think it
that
was four,
contract.
dude.
Was it
Pretty sure it
four?
was four. I think
Oh
it was
my
four.
god.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think it was four.
And I don't know. Obviously, you know more cap than I, but
You know a lot too, dude.
I
We
know
know pretty
enough.
similar.
But I can get by. But so Joel's obviously locked up long term. If PG's there for whatever 2-3 years, what's it gonna look like when they want like because Kelly's having a great year, Quinton's having a great year. Some of these role guys are gonna get I think big nicer contracts in the offseason. I think they only have Kelly and Quint under one
Yeah,
year
Grimes
contracts.
took the qualifying, right? So he's just here for the
Yeah,
1 year.
which
and
I
then
don't know
he'll be
how
gone.
he got a qualifying. Like I guess no
As
one
in,
has
like,
enough.
he should have got more.
Yeah, but I guess no one has enough cap to give him.
Everyone's scared of the
anything else.
aprons, dude.
Yep, yep. I guess. Anyways, my question is, like, do you foresee them doing the same thing they did with Al Horford, where they just like, here's a first round pick and Al, we clear up cap space with PG? Joel,
Go
you can't
fuck
do that
off
because
to wherever.
wherever that like fucking
Yeah.
like Sacramento, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Like,
Do I foresee that?
would you do like a PG and like a protected first for like a Levine or a DeRozan if you're Philly, someone who would actually play?
Okay, but how many contracts look worse than Paul George's right now? There's not many, dude. Like I don't think that's enough at all. Like one protected pick 7 years from now to get
Okay,
off
well,
of
whatever,
this
however
terrible
many,
contract.
like X amount of intangible assets it's gonna take to like send him there. I just want to see. Let's just confirm his contract here.
I
You're
would
right, it was
say
a
though,
4 year,
like,
212.
yeah, like are they really championship contenders until Edgecombe is not like has moved away from like rookie status and is now like a certified stud? It's like that's the thing.
Well, but then again, like even at his best, is he going to be like you replace him with
He's
Joel?
shown. I
Because
mean, he's shown the flashes of it
like how much can you
for
get
sure.
away? How much can you get from Joel to like stay in contention? That's pretty much the
I
question here.
don't
Because
think
you already
they're
have
in
Joel locked up
contention.
long term. If Joel's
I
what's his like health status, like a
well,
peak health
Dan,
status? Like no, of course he's never gonna get back to 100% from how he was
you
two
think
three
he
years
can
ago.
go through 4 rounds of NBA playoffs where defenses are like more physical and just no way, no
If
way.
you bring in like Drummond's kind of okay
No,
to
Drummond
plug.
sucks on defense.
If
He just
Joel
gets
plays
the
20,
boards.
25 minutes a game, shoots efficiently, drops his
Yeah, and that's
25.
fucking terrible. Like if he's playing
But
23
you
minutes
gotta
in a playoff game,
Shane,
that's
you
not
talk
you're
about
not going to win the
unmovable
cup.
contracts. Joel's unmovable, completely
Yes,
unmovable. So
I
that's my
agree.
point. You have to work around that. He
But
has to
that's
be
what I'm
part.
saying. Do you for okay? We don't really need to go too far in this
No,
because
I know.
these are Philly
I just
questions. But
yeah.
like, do you not just be like, okay, we fucked up with the Paul George trade. We fucked up with the Embiid extension. We lucked into VJ because we jumped up in the draft. Do we just ride out these shit Paul George Embiid years, and then by that time, Edgerton will be in year like 4. Maxey will be in his like prime. Even though right now he's, I think, already like that guy. He's so good. And then just do okay, VJ, Maxey, and then we'll have cap space to like better insulate around them with those two guys off the books.
Well,
I don't know, dude.
you can really only get off a PG contract because Joel's there for the next 4 years minimum.
He's there for 4.
It was a 5 year contract that he signed,
Was
and he signed it last year.
I thought Joel's was 3 years, but maybe I'm wrong.
It was
Um,
sorry, excuse me, a 4 year 220. Oh, uh, yeah, and then he signed a 3 year extension that
yeah,
starts in 2026. Okay, you're
that's
right.
what I
Excuse me.
thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So if I don't know, like Daryl Morey, will be doing everything to like try and sneak teams into trading for Paul George, but like he did with Brooklyn and giving them Ben Simmons. But I don't know, man. Like it's a weird team. They have a weird future. It's an exciting future, but it's also like it's very two different timelines right now. But
Yeah.
let's
Well, we
steer
also
away from
know that.
that.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
really we also know that Daryl doesn't like to sit idle for like 3 years
very
waiting
true.
for contracts to expire.
Very
So,
true.
so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Anyways,
All right. Anything else Philly game or
no,
good? Okay.
I'll get him on.
Okay. Next one. Last Friday against the Wiz NBA Cup, 140 to 110 win. We didn't really preview this last time. I basically just said we're gonna fucking smack them. They suck, my Wizards. And that's essentially what happened. It actually was within 10 to like midway through the third, so it was like more of a game for a longer time than I thought. And then we went just like a onslaught after that. No Sar for the Wiz, and I actually think Sar has been promising this year. As Wizards fans, you got to take these crumbs and being like, okay, Sar and Keyshawn George look pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
like whatever. Um, couple so stat lines from the game. Scotty had 23, 5, 2, and 3, 10 of 15 from the field, so just a light, like very light work. BI had 24, 8, and 6, 6 of 12. IQ had 17 and 7, and he was 6 of 10. Great RJ game, 24, 8, and 4. He was 9 of 15. Mamu off the bench, 23 and 7. He was, I got a funny Mamu note, but like great. I think that was his high. That was definitely his season high off the
Oh, for
bench.
sure.
So
Is that
yeah,
his career
and
high?
then no, dude, he had like a huge game one time. He dropped close to 40, I think, before.
You're
Um,
kidding.
yeah, and then like I said with
Yeah,
Shed,
34.
10 assists off the bench. He had 7 and 10. So just great overall numbers for everyone. We shot 58% from the field. The Wizards defense is just a joke. Washington was 45. We were 50% from 3. Wizards were 29. We out rebounded them by 16, and we had 16 more points in the paint than them. So just demolished them. It's funny. My Mamu note was he had a great overall line, and he missed about 4 bunnies at the rim during that game too. Like it got to the point he was just laughing at himself because he kept missing like tiny little putbacks and
Yeah.
stuff. So the
He
line
probably
could
should
have
have
been
had like
even bigger.
27, 28.
27,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly. Um, and again, like Bi was first on the ground for a loose ball. Jamal Shed was mic'd up for this game. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did.
And he was like to Ingram, like, you got on the ground, like just like chirping him and shit.
Yeah.
Um, and like Jacoby Walter wasn't singing "Oh Canada," and Shed was like, "Sing please, thank you," like
I
just like
rate
very
Shed,
yeah.
dude. Let's
Shed is just
that's
awesome,
that
man. He's
boy.
yeah. Um, and then I sent you this, but with the Raptors winning again, all these like past fans are coming back
Of course, out
out
of
of
the
the crawl
woodwork.
spaces. So
Yeah.
like Breakfast Boy Sid Seixeiro was like Jamal Shed quickly becoming like a Toronto legend, like with that, and I'm just
Oh,
like, okay,
Sid.
like
Go
whenever
find
Sid chimes
Tim.
in, yeah, go watch TFC or whatever you do, Sid. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So last thing on note wise, Bi tweaked his ankle at the near in the fourth quarter with like 7 minutes to go. He was pretty pissed because he thought it might be bad. He's not on the injury report for tonight's game against Brooklyn. I'm pretty surprised at that because we have Brooklyn and Cleveland the next 2 days. Jakob's already out tonight. I thought it'd be a decent night to give Ingram. Ingram, I don't think he hasn't missed a game yet, dude.
Nope.
So I thought combining that it's Brooklyn with Cleveland on deck and you twisted your ankle, I thought he might be out tonight, but he's playing through it, man. So it must not be as bad as it seemed, and like we were kind of talking about, they were up so much already that it was like okay, like you're definitely
Fine to keep
done
going.
after this, and we'll just. Pirtle didn't even really play the second half, like still managing that back issue, and we won by 30, dude. So totally fine, but I was a little surprised Bi's not on the injury report today. It's obviously great he's not, but do you have any? It's hard to do like real takeaways against this excuse of a team, but do you have any like Wizards thoughts from that game?
Well, just in the back to back with Ingram, part of me thinks that they want to start getting his body used to like more reps throughout the year because obviously he
Sure,
sat
but
so
he
much
missed
last
basically
year.
the whole year last year, dude.
No, I
It's
know.
interesting.
Yeah, but I just think it's a healthy sign because that means he wants to play, and that means that they're okay with letting him play. I'm sure he got looked at by the doctors. We're not gonna. It's a Brooklyn
Yeah,
game. It's essentially a
yeah,
nothing game. But the Jakob thing is more understandable. Only our only
yeah,
7 footer. If he
for
gets
sure.
injured in a Brooklyn game and we lose our 7 footer, that would be heartbreaking.
And we
Um,
saw what the team looked like when Jakob was really bad because of his injury.
hmm
We were 1-4, dude. Like
Yep.
we've obviously won 10 of 11, so we've definitely more than righted the ship. But when Jakob is not, we said this before the season, he is the most irreplaceable guy on our roster
Yeah.
because we have no backup plan if he goes down.
But
So
that's why we still need to get that seven. As good as we've
and
been, we need that
yes,
7 footer.
we,
Just one more guy.
again we always talk like touch on trades and stuff, but if we keep playing like well and our deadline move is the backup center, I'm fine, man. Like that is fine with me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm totally. I'm
Yeah.
if we're second, if we're like anywhere in top four in the East, and we've shown good continuity, chemistry, like
Hmm.
team building, etc.
Yeah.
Totally content with just that being
Yeah.
our only move, and then we'll
Yeah.
reassess again. Like we still have our entire starting five under contract for the following year, and then I think most
Hmm.
of them are for the following year after that.
Yeah.
So we're in no rush to make any moves. If it's not broken, don't fix it, sort
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
So any other prevailing Wizards thoughts?
I mean, you summed it up. It was a
Yeah.
like it was a nothing game for like come the third quarter, but even before then, I think we knew we were gonna give them a
Dude, I
spanking.
think like I said 44-point third quarter for the Philly game. We dropped 48 in the third quarter
Yeah,
against Washington.
it's
So these third
ridiculous.
quarters, we our three highest quarters have all been above 40 points, and I think the majority of them are the third this year.
Yeah, yeah.
So Darko's halftime speeches are
I'm
kicking ass.
dude. I was gonna. I'm sure like people now are starting to recognize, but I think when we first got Darko, everyone's like, "Ooh, who's this foreign guy?" Like, what's he all about? Not sure about his schemes. Of course, we tanked last year. Not a good look to like passive fans who don't really understand basketball. But this year, I think he's definitely earning his stripes across the league, not only in Toronto, but like,
Great point.
yeah,
Yeah. I wanted to touch on Darko today as well. Like I said before the season, he's a big X factor for me because we have expectations this year. And I mean, a month in, he's passed everything with flying colors, right?
hmm
Like we're about to touch on like our current offense and defensive ratings, but we there were so many questions about the offensive fit with BI, like integrating BI, and it is the offense has been so good, like awesome throughout the first month of the season, like blown away my expectations, to be
I
honest.
agree. I agree.
Yeah,
And just really quick, while we're on the note of the Wizards, did you want to float the idea that you shared with me off air?
Okay, I mean, again, this is like
It's not Raptor related, but
it's
it's
not
just
Raptor
good to.
related. I love Sam Vecini. Actually, they went over the Raps a couple pods ago, and I respond to them saying, like, love the Shed discussion because they were basically just Vecini's love Shed for he had a first round grade on him that draft, and
Wow.
he's the huge draft
Oh
guy.
yeah.
Like he writes novels on each draft year. He loves Shed, and they just talked about Mamu, and they're just like like talking highly of them, and him and his co-host both like my tweet to them just saying like great Shed discussion. He's been so good. Um, and he pitched Sabonis to the Wizards for like Middleton and McCollum, and just get him with Sar and get a guy who would help your young guy development because he's sort of an offensive hub in himself. I just think it's a good idea. What the fuck do the Wizards have to lose? Like, you were like, oh, but they want a tank. I guarantee you, dude, like, getting Sabonis for McCollum and Middleton is not changing your wins loss this year. I think it would make a decent amount of sense to get a guy who can actively help. They have Carrington, they have Keyshawn George, they have Bilal Koulibaly's back with Sar too. Like,
Trey John.
oh, I thought he looked decent
He
against
looked
us. Like
well.
he had
Yeah.
he got some
He had the most
he
bench
heated
or
up.
tied for the most bench
Yeah,
minutes. Yeah.
I thought he looked pretty good. I just think it's like that's and I like that fit with Sar because there's not many guys front court wise that fit with Sabonis. I thought it was an interesting idea. I'm like you don't like it, I know. I'm not gonna die on the hill. I think it's an interesting idea, but yeah.
No, I definitely do. I think it's undeniable the fit besides Sar would make a whole lot of sense. And you're right. Like in terms of winning impact, he's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Even if they do make the trade today, so it's not going to change a whole lot of things. I just don't know if Sacramento does it for two expirings because
It's
they
it's
traded
yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton for this guy like what 3 years ago, 4 years
Well,
ago.
but that's just a sunk cost, my
I know
man.
it's, but at the same time, like you can't. You got to get something. A team will be willing to pay something for Sabonis. The guy's too good.
Are you sure? Because I just said how difficult his fit is on a bunch of these teams.
I
He's
still
a
think
center
there's
who
a place
doesn't
for
shoot
him.
threes, who's not great on defense, like, and who's an offensive hub. Like, that's tough. That's a tough fit on a lot of these teams.
Like I don't know. Maybe you ask him to change a little bit of his game, but
Oh, you ask
I
you ask a 30-year-old vet to like change his game, who's
I
been an
just
All
I
NBA
find it
player,
so hard to believe that would be the best offer that they get. Just two expirings, like, and then great.
and
We're
probably a
gonna
pick. I don't know. Like,
who's Sacramento gonna attract in the offseason to sign this
ugh.
new open
Well,
cup money?
I don't know because
Like
they are just
doesn't do a
even
whole
though they
lot for
beat the
them.
Nuggets last night, so that the Russell Westbrook revenge game, so that was funny. But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
but
like I
side
just
piece, I
think
would love to see a DeRozan. Sorry. No, I would love to see a DeRozan, Levine, CJ, Chris mid team,
God,
and
I mean
Russ.
it's not much different than what they have right now. They have all these guys that are names that make no sense together, and it's just a joke. Like the Beam team, that the good vibes from that lasted legitimately 1 year. So tough for them. Anything else from this game, or you get to
I'm
sort
gonna
of
move
move
on.
on? All right.
Yeah.
So Raptors currently are fifth in offensive rating, like I kind of just touched on, 11th in defense, fifth in net rating, which is just fucking bonkers to me, dude. Just again, we beat up on the shit teams. We just went plus 30 against the Wiz, but you just got to play who's in front of you. Um, so tonight, the next three games, we have Brooklyn tonight. Brooklyn's 3-12. They somehow just beat Boston in Boston the NBA Cup. Nick Clax. Oh, before we preview, Raptors are the first team to clinch
Yeah, I
NBA
saw that.
Cup
Yeah.
advancing. So we're guaranteed to like move on. We've sort of talked about like the relevance of that and like how much we care. I think it's good for a team that's had no playoff success to try and like gain the confidence and to try and prove themselves a bit. So definitely interested to see what our matchup is there. I'd imagine we'll be hosting because we're 3-0 and our last game's against Indy this Wednesday. So I assume we'll be one of the better point differential teams and stuff. But congrats to them. Like it's a decent accomplishment for this early in the year, and definitely Like we haven't been a part of this thing really. It's been just like a joke to be in it the last couple of years. So it'll be nice to have like a decent stake game like early in the year. So
Hmm.
good for the Raps. But yeah, so Brooklyn 3-12, and like I said, no Pirtle tonight. CMB is questionable with his knee sprain. Cam Tom is still out as long along with Haywood Highsmith, and Dioman and Claxton are probable, so they'll probably be in. Um, we've already played Brooklyn once in Brooklyn. I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, they just beat Boston, but there's really no excuse to lose to this team. I get Pirtle's out, but the talent disparity is still
It's
so big.
immense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was doom scrolling now that I have all this free time, and there was this guy that was outside. What's the Brooklyn Arena? I'm
Barclays.
forgetting. Bark,
I
of
actually
course.
like Barclays. They people
We've
shit
been.
on it. The couple
Yeah.
times I've been, I've enjoyed myself. But
Yeah.
anyway,
So he's outside Barclays, and it's right before a Nets game, and he's asking. I think he interviewed probably 20 fans. Like, can you name the Brooklyn starting lineup? And I think all of them just got MPJ. Some got Cam Tom, some got Nick Clax. But it's just hilarious that like this team is just throwing whoever out there,
oh yeah.
and that's who they're running with.
But
So
dude, that's
it's
what happens when you use 5 first round picks in a draft. Like you just have all these random guys that are just like who?
which, but then just play all five of those guys. Like, fuck, I would sit Cam Tom's ass down, bro. You're
Well,
not
he has
qualifying,
been.
brother.
He's been hurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways, um,
Brooklyn's 24th in offense, 29th in defense for 26 overall in net. So just a very bad team who's not
mhm,
trying to win games. Yeah, I'd be really unhappy if we didn't improve to 12-5 tonight. So
of course.
um, hopefully get the good times rolling. The big game of our preview is tomorrow against Cleveland. We're already 2-0 with both wins in Cleveland, so we're done our Cleveland portion of the year, barring a playoff matchup. Lonzo and Craig Porter are out today. From what I saw, I'd imagine both of them will be playing
Sorry,
tomorrow. It
guys. I
seems
think
like.
Sam cut out. I will pick up just where he
Can you hear
left
me?
off. So looking at Cleveland, it appears that they are going to be sitting some guys for this upcoming matchup. I believe Lonzo's out. Let me just pull up my notes for a second here. But I believe Lonzo is out, and one of the other big dogs was going to be out as well. Let me just have the sketch here. Let's see. Oops. Sorry, just bear with me a moment here. So Lonzo and it appears Mobley is going to take a rest. They're on a back-to-back with the Clippers today. They probably want to grab that one, although I don't really understand why they're sitting guys against us, being an Eastern Conference team and having the game a little bit more weighted. So yeah, I mean it's interesting. I think with Cleveland, we've seen this is our third time seeing them now. It's going to be interesting to see how we match up again without having everyone out. So Jarrett's going to be out, Lonzo's going to be out, Craig Porter's going to be out, and Sam Merrill is going to be out. I'd say about three of the four guys are rotation guys, although Craig Porter has been seeing an increase in minutes recently. Um, I think this is going to be a beneficial matchup for Jakob. He's got the full day rest now after not playing against Brooklyn, and he'll be looking to feast. Scotty and Mobley always square off, and that's going to be an interesting thing to watch again. D. Mitch, and I believe Garland is questionable. So, oh no, I think he is playing. Excuse me, he is playing now. So that's going to be they're going to have some firepower from beyond the arc with him and Donovan. A lot more playmaking going on. They'll be running a more cohesive offense. So that should be good to see. It's going to be a great game, I think. Of course, we should exploit the fact that Jarrett's out, more drives to the rim. And then Jakob can focus on doing more on the defensive end as he does. And then our following matchup is going to be the Pacers on Wednesday, November 26th, and that is our final NBA Cup game.
I'm back.
Not much to be said here. Pacers, I think, are the worst team in the East as it stands right now, beside the Nets. Although I think the Pacers only have one win. Sam, do you remember?
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Cottage Wi-Fi, baby. Where'd you leave off?
we previewed a little bit of the Cavs, went over some
Right.
injuries.
Okay.
Jarrett, I
Yeah.
think Dark Garland just made a return. Merrill's out, Craig Porter's out, and
hmm
Lonzo's out.
Yeah. I think Lonzo and Porter are held out. I think they'll be playing. From what I sort
Oh,
of looked at,
okay.
they had been playing until today. So especially Lonzo, I don't think he's playing any back to backs. So yeah, I'd imagine he'll play. I think Allen might be out though.
But are they? So Lonzo's not playing today, and Craig's not playing today
Yes, correct.
against the Clippers. Okay.
Yeah, and then Merrill,
Okay.
Strus, and Allen, from what I was sort of looking at, I would imagine they'll be out. Um, in terms of the Cavs rating, they're 14th in O, 6th in D, 12th in net. So we make sense with Evan Mobley on the defensive end. Obviously, the last time we played him, he was a big non-factor. I'd imagine he'll be determined to sort of um, to play a better game tomorrow. And especially like the Cavs are the third seed right now. They're looking up at us. Again, we're 2-0 in their barn this year, so um, I'd imagine they'll come out guns a-blazing. But yeah, anything else the Cleveland matchup wise you want to
No,
just touch on?
I think we're all good.
Yeah. All right, and the last one, final NBA Cup game. I don't know how much you said of this when I cut out, but
Just touched upon it. Yeah.
okay. Indiana's 2-14. Obviously, we've put all these teams we've already played at least once, so we're sort of nothing really new with the matchup. Um, Halliburton obviously out along with Naismith and Obi Toppin, so those are like three key contributors to their run last year. It's just a tank year for Indy. They're 29th in O, 23rd in D, and 29th in net. Siakam's, God love him, he's had a good year, but it's been not enough. Obviously, he can't do it all, and Indy is pivoted to the tank. It's our final cup game, so yeah, man. Like we've kind of touched on it. This part of our schedule is where we need to sort of bank up the wins, and so far so good on that front.
Yeah. It's in the bleak midwinter for Pascal, for any of our Peaky Blinders fans. Um, yeah, I think Indiana. I think they have the worst record now in the East because the
Wash.
Nets won.
Wash still does.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They still
Wash
have
has
one win.
lost
Yeah.
14 in a row.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They almost beat the Bulls
It's
last night, but they did not.
oh the
They
Bulls.
lost by one.
I love sending you that text early in the year, like, "Whoa, Bulls 6-0."
Yeah,
Like,
Bulls.
fuck, is this the
Yeah.
turning a corner? All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny though because Indiana's not sitting anyone per se. Like Nemhart's
Well,
still
dude,
playing.
it's too early to like sit guys to tank. They're tanking good enough while playing everybody.
Yeah. Well, but do you think like they're Carlisle's like, hey guys, go out there, but kind of give 50, like they're trying.
Yeah.
Like I
yeah.
think they just don't have an identity without Tyrese. The Miles loss.
Yes.
Whatever. But
Losing
yeah,
Tyrese and Miles is yeah. This
Yeah.
is what happens, I guess.
Isaiah Jack has looked like a liability,
And like
to say the least.
and we've said, dude, like if we're indie fans, like to be honest, this is like perfect to just completely tank the year and get a good pick and Tyrese and the pick come back. Like in my head that makes sense. It sort of reminds me of the Tim Duncan thing with the Spurs. Like David Robinson gets hurt, they tank, they get Tim Duncan and then right back into like being a really good team. So if I'm indie, I'm totally fine with this. I got the magical run last year and now hopefully I can supplement it with a really good draft pick this year.
Yeah. So, and again, similar situation with us and Scotty that one year. We lose Kawhi, competitive again the following year. Anyways, guys, sorry, Sam's having a bit of issues with his Wi-Fi and connection, but I am more than happy to see us out on the pod. I think we touched upon the next three preview games between the Nets tonight, Cleveland tomorrow, and then Indiana 2 days from that. We look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Safe travels. Over and out.